And we're going one click at a time now because every click matters at this point. Okay, let's just start. Once Janet gets her slingshot loaded.
Watch out.
Her catapult. Okay, fourth finger, motorcycle. Let me turn this back again. Fourth finger?
No. She had her second finger down. You meant second finger.
Did I? Yeah.
Artistic
Yeah.
lesson.
Just read my mind.
Artistic lesson. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll do that.
One and a two and a motorcycle. Here we go. Keep it loose. Beautiful. Keep your thumb on the neck. There you go. Good. Third finger, ready and then go. And so relaxed. Good. First finger, here we go. Fourth finger, here we go. Good. That finger's sounding tired. It's tired.
Cut us off.
Second finger. We're at 67 now. Ready and up. That's good, Rita. Yes. Third finger, here we go. Keep the string depressed down. First finger. And we're skipping fourth finger.
Okay.
All right.
Are we there yet?
Close. 68. We're gonna go to 70.
Boiling it.
Second finger. One knee and a two knee and a ready and relax and go. Nice. It's actually beautiful. Keep it relaxed. Yeah, there you go. You got it. Third finger, here we go. First finger, here we go. And take a little breather. That was 68, 69, and then 70. Second finger, one knee and a two knee and a ready and relax and go. Gorgeous, Betty. Third finger, here we go. Good. First finger now. Shake your hand out just a little bit. This will be our last one, but we've done 3 in a row, so you need to rest just a little bit. Let me put the speed in your head. Let me get ready. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. hear how it's starting to not be countable? Yeah, and that's the whole point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. And at a certain point, you just break into normal, beautiful speed. Get your second finger ready. 1E and a 2E and a ready and a go and. Keep the string pressed down. I know it's tiring. It's exhausting. Third finger. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. First finger. Excellent. Very, 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 very good. Okay, so that's, yeah. I think that's an acceptable speed. I do. If I did the tonalization. Let's do the tonalization. Yeah, I'll wait for everyone to get ready. And we're going to try to do that speed, 4 per click. But if you find yourself unable to count, I trust that you can just kind of make it feel good to yourself. Because when we did that on French folk song, it was actually really nice. So I just don't want you to go too fast. I'm not worried about going too slow. You ready? Good job. Okay, tonalization. Let's do whole notes first. So 4 beats per bow. Ready, and a go, and a 1, 2, 3, 4. Beautiful. That's awesome. Half notes, same vibrato speed. Just give yourself 2 repetitions on every note. 1, 2, ready, set, go. G, G, excellent. Good, Uni. That's so good. I love it. Good, Tracy. Now we're going to do 4 reps, and you're not going to count your vibrato, but you're going to do a vibrato, an oscillation on every bow. I'm intentionally not making it countable. Just let the bow change help propel your vibrato. And keep it relaxed. 1, 2, 4 reps, go. play French folk song. And let's go. How fast do waltzes go? 1, 2, 3. I'm a little slower
Depends
than
on
it.
how old the people are.
Yeah.
I'm waltzing.
Depends on how old the people are who are waltzing. That's a realistic answer.
Really, she plays the dances. That's true.
So what would you waltz at? What would you play a
For
waltz?
young people, 180 beats per minute. We are all not teenagers anymore.
Let's just make it comfortable. How about like what I would just have the like this. So it feels good. Ready, set, go. Line 5. Get a little wiggle in. Especially on the long notes. Wow, I'm impressed. Let's do a show and farewell. And we're just going to let the group organically do the speed without metronome. This is if you play it at a funeral. And here's what you're going to do. To separate classical from fiddle, just save your vibrato up for the long notes when you can really park it. You know, you don't worry about doing all the short notes because you wouldn't want to do it, especially in Sylvia's group. They'll kick you out.
No, they won't.
Didn't they say no vibrato?
That was a lesson we had from Betsy Branch, but she is in Portland and we are down there.
Oh, okay.
We are on the Wild Rivers Coast. We can do what we want.
Yes. Who knows the name Betsy Branch? Do you know that name? No. Isn't she with the Portland Collection?
Yes.
Yeah.
She is.
Oh, that's
Sue
Sue
Songer.
Songer.
Sue Songer.
Betsy.
Yeah, Sue
And
Songer.
Betsy is her latest fiddler. So in the third book,
That's
that was with Betsy together.
Yeah.
That's a nice one too.
I want to do a Portland Collection gathering here
Oh yeah. Oh.
at the Grange Hall.
Yeah. Okay.
Like have volume 1 one year, volume 2 another year.
I pre-registered today.
I really?
Yes.
Yeah, that's my next project. I really, really want to collect good musicians and then dancers.
Oh my God.
Yes. Because we all play the same songs from the books. We need to learn the whole books.
Yeah, that's like the first
It'll be a weekend where you get to play through the entire book because
They're so beautiful tunes.
the tunes and the print. Do you know? Okay, let's tell everyone.
The second book, right?
There's a fiddler's Bible that's, it's not really even just country fiddling, it's like
contra dance.
It's contra dance, folk songs,
Celtic and Canadian.
waltzes, yeah, and it's this lady, Sue Songer, boiled down these tunes, simplified them. Wouldn't you say she stripped them down, she captured the essence of each tune. So they're really easy to sight read, really easy to learn and memorize. She now has 4 volumes.
4? Oh, 4?
The 4th came out. Yeah.
Wow, okay. Thank you for the information.
Oh,
Didn't know.
or was the 3rd? How old is the 3rd volume?
Like 3 years or so.
Don't quote me. It might just be 3 volumes. But it's a spiral-bound collection. Just the Portland Collection is what it's called. Start with volume 1. That's the classic.
I will send you the information. I will send you an email with a lot of stuff.
great.
I put that in because that's really good.
I love it.
If-
I just have the CD. Rita's got the book.
Oh, there's great CDs of great players playing too. I've learned a lot from the CDs. And if you buy that book and start learning some of the tunes out of the book, everywhere you go, people are going to know it because it's everyone's reference. So it's like,
It's like a fake book. It's
Yeah.
kind of
yeah.
a collection.
But it's
It's
just
not more,
especially,
it's not those tunes, it's different. It's new tunes, they're like rare tunes too,
Yeah.
which you don't find anywhere
And
else.
some that she wrote, you know, that are great.
yeah,
Devil's True.
yeah. So
Oh, if you want to do something like that,
I do.
that would be so.
Yeah, and I want to do it in July when Portland's having their heat wave, okay? We'll do it.
All right, there you go.
Good.
What are we doing?
We're going to do a Chopin
Oh,
farewell.
yeah, okay, farewell.
Not like that.
You did it. Introduction.
Introduction? No, play us an intro. Play us an intro. Okay, so Janice. Oh. There we go. There's your intro. Wiggle. 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 Sorry, top of the page. Definitely wiggle on that last note. Your guitar player knows that too. Betty Lou knows it very well, so we could do that with guitar as well. Well, heck, Tom could play guitar for us.
Yeah.
You probably know that one like the back of your hand, huh? Yeah. But you don't have your guitar, so. Okay, and then just to get ready for Betty Lou, let's play Oh Holy Night, and we can take another little short break.
Yeah.
And again, on Oh Holy Night, just stay relaxed. Do the vibrato in character, which is slower and calm, but just make it feel good. We're not going to count vibrato anymore. Just nice and no tension allowed. with you, Des. Oh, don't. You're making me tense. Here we go. 1 and a 2 and a ring and a go. Relax. Here's the guitar and 3 and a go and
Oscillators. Resonators. Oscillators.
when Betty Lou gets here, we'll take a little bit of a break, but let's talk about where you go from here now that we've plopped all of this into your laps. Now, Betty has lots of experience already with vibrato. You're comfortable with everything we've done. So
Pretty much.
Yeah. And you've even gone further into what we're going to discuss Sunday, which is passing the vibrato from finger to finger, which you guys are kind of already doing, we just haven't discussed it. By the time you're putting vibrato on a song, you're doing the exercise I call pass the ball, where the vibrato keeps going. You pass it from finger to finger. And you're kind of already doing that. But now at this point in your vibrato, you either decide to keep doing these exercises, which everyone could do for another 3 or 4 months, because this is really too much for one weekend. Keep doing that. But also, start emulating your favorite fiddle players or your favorite violinists. Like, I'm thinking of Martin Hayes. I looked at Tom's hand and I'm thinking, he's almost got a Martin Hayes thing going on. And everyone loves Martin Hayes. So start thinking about how you want your vibrato to be and how you want to apply it and how you want to use it. Let's do something that I was going to do on Sunday. We'll do it right now. The arm vibrato versus wrist vibrato. Do you guys have your shakers handy? Your egg shakers? You don't have to give it back. Oh, it is. Oh, did you give it back?
There it is.
Here's an egg. Here. Oh, do you? Is it in this house one? I wonder why we have extras. Okay, so I want to just, you've heard of arm vibrato and wrist vibrato, but how do we know which one is right for us? So, oh darn, I didn't write down how to do this. I have to do it out of my brain. Oh, that's scary.
Oh dear.
I'll do the best I can. Okay, so for about 45 seconds, I want you guys to shake using your bicep only from a obtuse angle. Like, put your arm out here, not here. Yeah, out here. We'll do it for about 45 seconds. Keep your arm out front. Do it for about 15 seconds. 15, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, and we're tired. 5, 4, yeah, 3, 2, 1. It's tiring. Okay, now we'll do it at an obtuse angle. So, at an acute angle. So nice and close to your body, and do it for another 45 seconds. You have a good feeling for which one is easier? This one's almost easier. Yeah. And if you do it long enough, both is hard, so let's stop. But now put your violins up to your chin and check out your arm to see if you're at an obtuse angle or an acute angle when you play it. It depends on how tall you are. You're not super acute, but you're not super obtuse. You're in the middle. More acute.
Middle.
Middle. Obtusey middle. Read it is more acutish. You might be so.
Depends on what kind of song you're playing.
Desiree, acutish and middle, but you're not super obtuse. I'd say I'm obtuse, wouldn't you? I feel like I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're wider than 90 degrees.
Exactly, wider than 90, yeah, which is the
That's
exact,
one way
yeah.
to say it. Yeah, okay.
You're a good middle, obtusey, yes you are. But not extremely. No one's extremely obtuse, and Tracy's got a smaller violin, otherwise you would be. Yeah, and you're still obtuse, even on that little thing.
No.
I know, calling someone obtuse. And you're also small on your violin, so Uni is also obtuse. So the point is of that little exercise, if you have an acute angle on your violin, arm vibrato is going to be less exhausting for you than if you're short on the violin. Okay, so some of my tallest students, I used to try to get them to do the wrist only first, and they'd just fail, and then we'd let them do the arm vibrato, and suddenly it was way easier. When really tall people, taller than any of you, but still, when they try to do wrist only, it's just, they're up here and they're cramped. They don't know what to do, and then their fingers move in such a way on the violin that's just doesn't really work well for them. So I want to get your eggs back again. You could put your eggs up. You can keep your violins in guitar position or whatever. And do wrist only. Let's start obtuse, gosh dang it. And do wrist. It's not hard, is it? Doesn't really matter what angle our arm is. Bring it into an acute angle. It's a little funkier, yeah. It's not hard, but it's like suddenly takes more coordination. And that's how tall people feel when I try to make them do a wrist over vibrato. So the point that I didn't make very well, but I think you got the point I was trying to make, is that whether you do best on an arm vibrato or a wrist vibrato depends on your height. And we might want to explore a little bit of arm. Have we explored arm?
I think I do arm with a little bit of wrist.
I think you might too. Yeah, we'll check that out in your lesson. Yeah. So, what is an arm vibrato then? I mean, if you decide that you would like to experiment with an arm vibrato is the same from here up. Everything is the same. Cooked spaghetti, don't touch. The finger has to go parallel to the string. Everything is the same. The only thing that changes is your motor. So if you shake your egg from the bicep, you're using this motor here. It's bicep, tricep. And you can feel it clearly. If you do a wrist vibrato, you just change the motor right here. So if you wanted to experiment with an arm vibrato, now that I've taught you wrist vibrato, you're going to continue to use a little bit of your wrist. That's wonderful, I think. But when you give yourself permission to use the bicep I use an arm vibrato when I'm up here because I'm acute. And that's what I used to play on an arm vibrato for years and years and years, but it just became unsustainable out in first position. It was exhausting. And so, but that was my first vibrato I ever learned, so I still return to it when I'm up in... Can you see my arm shaking? Wait a minute, something pretty. Instead of something ugly. See my arm? Now more wrist, hopefully. Arm. Okay, so the motor. So what I'd like to do. Hey, Betty Lou. Go ahead and get unpacked. We're just talking arm vibrato.
Well, it sure sounded great.
That was Rita. Meditation. That was the meditation from the opera Thais by Massenet. French composer Massenet. Yeah. Very famous violin piece. So let's, I would like to just do what's the easiest thing? Probably tonalization is probably our easiest, or is the Chopin farewell easiest? I think we all know the tonalization is best, yeah. So let's do, and give yourself permission. In fact, before you pick up your bow, leave your bow on your lap and do it. A finger silently, violin oscillations without the bow, and feel your bicep to make sure that you know. And your whole forearm is going to move. See my forearm? Then don't worry about it. I mean, I'm just teaching you so you have the knowledge of what it is, how to do it. Here, I'll help you though. But you have a lovely vibrato already. But so if you want to do arm vibrato, go ahead and you go like this.
So that's no pancake and cupcake or same thing, but
same
with the
thing.
arm?
Same thing. The finger is still cooked spaghetti, but the motor is from the elbow. Your elbow will feel like it's opening and closing because your bicep and your tricep. You're happy with the wrist vibrato because right now you're going like this. So don't mess it up with that. I just want to plant the seed because I won't see you guys. You could be a good, you could have a good combo. Everybody could. I mean, I'm short and I have a good combo. But as far as you have the geometry to be happy with a bit more arm.
I'll take that under consideration.
Oh, good point. Okay, so what was your question?
That's the question.
She's got her box pinned here. When you're doing an arm vibrato, you will not have contact with the wrist rascal or with the jitty box or with the body of the violin. Even if you're up in position like here, you'll still see I'm breaking away from the violin. There's space in there. So as opposed to if I had a wrist, or the way I've been training you guys was to plant your hand there. But I also want to make clear that the planting the violin, the heel of the hand on the shoulder of the violin is a learning tool. First of all, you're going to be spending most of your time in first position. I do. And when you get up into higher positions and your hand naturally hits, then it's fine. Let it hit. Yeah, it has to. And then when we go higher, we figure out ways to go up and around. But I don't want to leave you with the impression that you are supposed to be resting your hand there because that's how you do a correct vibrato. It was a learning tool. It's a training wheel that stabilizes our hand. Any questions? We'll have plenty of time for questions on Sunday because I was saving that topic for Sunday. So
It feels alien after all the wrist.
it sure does. Yep. And chances are, after you spend a few more months on these exercises, if you don't forbid it from happening, it's gonna creep in. Because as you take this crutch away, if you're touching on the side of your violin, it prevents arm vibrato, completely prevents it. But we've gotten down into first position. So you're going to do this, and I've trained you to not let your wrist do crazy things, but your forearm might start. You see my forearm moving a little bit? That's a little bit of arm combined with a nice wave of the wrist. So if you were to jiggle your hand a little bit so that your wrist is flopping around a little bit, they both they make a wave, and it becomes very natural. I've never taught a student arm vibrato. They just end up. I teach them wrist, and then as they get more comfortable with their wrist vibrato, it naturally introduce a little bit of arm with it.
What about finger vibrato?
Finger vibrato is now in fiddlers have a thing that where they just move just their finger. It's not a classical thing until you get up to here, when you have no option of doing arm. So that's a finger vibrato, and not a very good one because I haven't. So that's kind of, but I still do a wrist vibrato even up there. So that's, finger vibrato isn't really a thing.
Okay. I just said there's 3 kinds, and then I heard somebody say, it's all finger vibrato.
It is. I mean, the finger is creating all of it, but the motors are different.
Yeah.
Wrist vibrato, arm vibrato. And I suppose, you know what? I shouldn't say finger vibrato isn't a thing, but I haven't studied it. And I certainly see some fiddlers somehow moving only their finger. You've seen it too.
That was the first thing I automatically tried because I had no idea about wrist or arm or whatever, but it happens more easier. When starting to try to make it sound like vibrato and come up with a fake, and the fingers are the first things which can do that.
Exactly, yeah. It's like I don't want to say fake vibrato because I don't want to insult any kind of vibrato, but it is kind of like a counterfeit to get you through. I can't even do it. But I have seen a non-vibrato that some players do. They go... Do you hear any vibrato? But it appears like you're participating somehow, so...
Yeah.
You're just holding a long note and shaking something. Exactly. I'm gonna play through a little bit while Betty Lou gets. Do you need us to be quiet while you tune?
No,
Okay.
electronic.
All right, we'll let you tune before you play. We're just gonna go through Opal and Night. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Here you go. Ready and go. And shake something. Right here. Ready, set, go. This should be a new letter. Letter C. No, letter B. Vibrato. Here's a good one. We'll be quiet in a minute. Sorry. Awesome, Betty Lou found us. Okay,
Yeah.
about the same speed we were just going would be great. So she'll give us 4 beats. 3 and go. Nice. It was helpful, and it was more inspiring, and we all wanted to play more beautifully, and the temptation was to start speeding it up too much. That's why I was saying fat and slow, fat and slow. But we've seen a million people do vibrato, and we still think it's... We work too hard. We start working too hard. Can we do it one more time? Do you guys have it in you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, because I still want to do a show and farewell. Can you do a show and farewell with us, too? We have it chords.
We haven't used it. Oh, okay. I might have it in here. We'll see.
Okay, all right. They sound fantastic on a show and farewell, too.
Okay.
So, you guys, this time, take the guitar out of your brain, take how beautiful you want it to sound out of your brain, stay business for right now. That's what I had to tell my university students who came to me to get fixed, you know? They had to separate themselves for a while. And then you learn you learn the true concept of vibrato, of how it really is. It's not that fast. Okay, let's try it. If we could get 4 beats from the guitar master.
You're doing a Chopin, right? No.
For page 1. Oh, that's so much better. Slow it back. Even if it feels wrong, slow it down. massive difference in the looseness. It sounded looser. I don't like the flash of that red. Hopefully we got that recorded. We did. I smell Ben Gay. I have a salon pause on my back, but I know someone else is hurting because I smell Ben Gay. So, Janet, give us your, give us your little intro. Are you ready, Betty Lou?
I think so.
Okay, so Janet's going to give us a little thing.
Can we start?
Sure. We're going slow. Top of the page. Nice vibrato. Beautiful. Once is never enough for me. I want to try just one thing. Can you give us that bass? Chord, bass, chord. That'll help us count. Yeah.
I have some actual coda on the bottom.
Yeah. Oh.
That's all right. It ended there, but it's kind of nice.
Uh-huh. Okay, so that's, oh man, you've got a whole first ending, second ending.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It worked out. It worked amazing.
I found my way.
Okay.
Can you hear the guitar right?
It could be louder. Okay. It could be louder.
Yeah, I can't really hear it over here.
Louder.
Yeah, and don't hold back. Play line. There you go. Yeah.
Because we're loud.
So can we do the whole thing as we've been doing it, which is twice through for you? Well, never mind. Do it just like you did it before.
Yep.
Okay. Intro, Janet, nice and slow for us. That was very gratifying. Yeah. Thank you, Betty Lou.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
Thank you.
man.
Good teacher.
Well, good students. You guys have been through the ringer.
Yeah, you've been working hard.
Terribly hard.
Yes.
That's why you smell Ben Gay. Yeah. I actually can't believe how far you all made it. Although some of you did have some head starts, but still, I didn't know how far we'd be able to make it. I was doubtful about first position. And look at you guys. Really good job. We'll keep working on it. You're not done yet, but that was kind of an arrival point when you can plug it into music without letting it freak out or run wild. That's the trick. So that's why waltzes are so nice. Waltzes, hymns, slow stuff, slow Christmas tunes. Keep it under control, and then you can turn it loose on the fast stuff after you're able to keep it under control on the jazz. Yeah, yeah. Oh, jazz.
Oh.
Okay, there is a fourth kind of vibrato.
Yeah, I know. I was wondering.
Jazz vibrato.
Crazy vibrato.
Yeah. Have you ever heard a jazz violinist play? I can't do jazz to save my life. But there's my jazz vibrato. It's just kind of mini whooshes.
Oh,
That's actually, yeah, I don't do it well, but it's mini whooshes. Okay, so let's take a little break. I think this is a good time for a break. Yeah. Thank you so much, Betty Lou.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for asking. Have fun.